Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about purity. And first of all, I just want to talk to the ladies. Ladies, you are worth more than anything. You're worth more than rubies. You're worth more than makeup. Do not settle for less than a guy who will not go all out for you. You are worth more than that. You need a guy who will treat you like the diamond that you are. And that's for free. That's a side note. But I just felt like I needed to encourage y'all. And it's so funny. When I'm trying to be normal, I have to teach. It's really weird. I'm trying to be normal, but I can't be normal. Blame God. So, I'm going to read from Song of Solomon 8, verse 4. It says, I urge you, or I charge you. I charge you, O daughter of Jerusalem, do not stir up or awaken love until it pleases. In other words, your purity is so precious. It's so valuable. You have to fight, literally in this time, in this society that we're living in, to keep that purity, to remain pure for your husband, because it's a beautiful thing. Sex is a beautiful thing, but it's meant for marriage. And it's hard because in this culture, in this society, they got it twisted. They make it seem like you're cool if you do that. But let me tell you, it's cool to wait. It's cool to wait. It's cool not to experience anything for your husband. It's ultimately going to become his body. And it's hard, but purity, I'm telling you, it may seem like the unpopular thing to do, but let me tell you, it's the most rewarding thing that you could do is say, you know what, no way, I'm not going to give in to the statistics. I'm not going to give in to the popularity, the pressure. And I just want to encourage you, women, that you guys are so precious. You're so valuable. You don't have to settle for that guy that's just a straight up loser. I mean, let's just be honest. A straight up loser. A guy that, just loves you for your body. You don't want a guy like that. You don't want a guy like that. You want a guy who sees your heart and looks past all that shallow stuff. Like, seriously. You need a guy who sees you for you. Like, sees all this messiness and actually loves you like that, which... It's funny, but they see your messy hair and they love you like that. That's true love, my friends. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go all out, but I'm saying, purity, it's just so precious. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go all out for that person that you're with. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if their main objective is your looks, then you should run away from that relationship, because it's going to lead into temptation and it's going to lead to a downward spiral. Now, I'm not saying God can't redeem you or restore you, but you don't want to go through that downward spiral. And a lot of this has to do with not loving yourself and accepting yourself. You have to love yourself, ladies. You have to accept yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to attract the right man. You're going to attract the manipulator, the man who's going to try to take your purity. And I'm telling you all this because I love you. And I had low self-esteem before. And I, used to go to men for my worth and not really realizing that I don't need men. I don't need men. My worth doesn't come from men. It comes from Jesus. Your worth doesn't come from men. It comes from Jesus. So, I want you guys to be encouraged by my vulnerability here with this. I want you to be encouraged because I love you guys enough to share this with you. Because if I didn't love you, I wouldn't share this. You don't need a man who you pour more time into the relationship than that person. You get what I'm saying? You need a man who actually is a man. And you'll know that they're really a man when they're not trying to take something away from you that's precious, that's sacred, that's holy, that's pure. Because that thing actually sets you apart, and that actually makes you beautiful. So love you. Keep your purity. Purity is awesome. It's not overrated. Hashtag purity is awesome. Love you guys.